Hello lovelies, I've gotten to number 4. Now if you've missed any previous episodes, it's okay. Have a look around my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel here, YouTube Create It with Charlotte Burns, and that's create with an 8, for more of my daily creativity. Here we go, I'm back again, sorry about that, bad internet. Okay, each day during the month of May, I'm going live to share various creative techniques celebrating National Scrapbooking Day or International Scrapbooking Month, or anyway, it's all about scrapbooking. But fear not, you crackly card makers, as most of this that I show can also be used by you as well. Now, if you do miss a live, all's well that ends well. If it doesn't end well, I might delete it. But as I mentioned, the video will be posted on this page, as well as the YouTube channel. Remember the YouTube channel. Be sure to like and follow my page, like this video, and subscribe to my channel to be notified when there's new content. Also, if you are watching this on replay, please do #replay just to let me know you saw it. If you've got questions, feel free to ask. I am watching any comments if you have comments. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will try and answer them as well. But enough of the preamble. Let's get on with the show. My name is Charlotte Burns, and today I am sharing a breakdown of the fresh paint, these scrapbooking layouts. Now watch to the end because I do have a special offer. So what I wanted to do was show you my layouts that I made. I made 3 double-page layouts using 1 paper pack and some cardstock. So join with me as I walk through. So at first glance, I'm just having a look at it on my screen, and I can see that there's no reflections, which is great. So at first glance, it just looks like a really nice laid out page, but there are little hidden gems that you may not notice. So here we have the paper from fresh paint. This is a gorgeous paper suite that I fell in love with. I didn't like it when I first saw it, but I love this paper, 1, because it's blue, and 2, it looked really cool, all drippy. So I've used that as a background, but rather than using the full thing as a background, I do believe, oh no, I did use the full thing. Okay, I tell a lie. I was going to cut out the middle of this, but I decided not to. That's a tip that I'll give you in the middle of this video. If you are going to cover up a page, you can always use the middle of it. So you cut out the middle and then you stick your bits over the top, or you might want to stick that onto something. But I didn't actually cut out the middle of this one. You can stick your bits onto the top so that you save the middle of that particular page. The other idea with this one that I saw another consultant do, thank you very much, Meryl, for sharing, is because this part of your paper is fairly uniform and you're covering up most of it, you can actually cut this off and color match. So with Close to My Heart, this color is Capri, and we know that because the zip strip, on the back of the zip strip, it tells us what colors match with this particular paper suite. So the top of this, you could just snip that off, well, slice that off, and put on some Capri cardstock, and then you've got that much to use on another page. So the back of this paper was the gorgeous speckled lemonade and nectarine, I think those 2 colors are. So that would have been really nice on another page. That's not what I did because I actually had done these pages before Meryl advised that. So again, on this page, I've used some photos that I've cut down into smaller square photos. I've used some stickers. I've also used stamping. So here on this page, this one here, this stamp is using the rock and roll technique, and I'm going to show that. I might even show some stamping techniques tomorrow. Rock and roll technique, really fun technique to use. Then we've got some more stickers, more stamping, just plain stamping, some stickers. And with this one, may not have noticed it, but this, I've actually taken a white gel pen and I've drawn around the outside of the nectarine piece of cardstock. Again, just to give it a bit more of a highlight. This page over here, and on this page, I've actually put some 3D foam tape underneath this sneaker, again, to give it a bit of a boost. Now, on my scrapbook pages, personally, I don't like really bulky. So what I do is I use the thin 3D foam tape. That way it's not super bulky. The regular 3D foam tape is actually double the thickness of this, but it just means that my pages are a little bit flatter. On this page over here, we've got this gorgeous stamp, which is also a drip, so you can create similar to this page. And this stamp here just ties in the rest of the drippies on the page. This photo, I think I'm planning on possibly doing another photo underneath that using a flip flap, and that's something I'll be covering later in this month because I love using flip flaps. So again, I've done the white gel pen around the outside of that strip there, and some stickers and everything to finish that page off. So that's the first 2 pages in my series of 3 double page layouts. This is the second one. Now this was tons of fun. We start off with just the white background sheets, and there's lots and lots of techniques here. So over here, what I've done is I've used a sponge and I've inked it up in my ink pad, and then I've sponged on the back of the sheet, and I might even do some more videos just showing how this actually works. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that as a live video here, or if you want me to just share a link into YouTube, and I can do that as well. I can record some videos and pop them up in YouTube. Looks like animals have been getting onto my paper. All right, so this is sponging, and then I've flicked with, it looks like from memory, I actually used a water brush. So just picking up some ink. So I've used Capri ink on the sponge, and then I would have used Bluebird or Carolina, the darker one, to then flick with that. Over here, I've done a technique called generational stamping. So I've done first generation, which is you ink it up and you stamp it. Then without re-inking, you do a second generation there. So that's what that is. Around this one, I've done sponging. So I've sponged nectarine onto my lemonade cardstock, and I've also used the lighter side so that it really does show up, and it just matches in really nicely with that. I've done this rock and roll technique on the Love Heart again, Love Heart stamp and die. That's part of the set that you can buy for the scrapbooking side of these. This piece here, so this is nectarine, and I've used the star die, which is, I'm just going to pull this page back. So this star die, sorry, the star stamp, which is that stamp there, I've actually used that along with another smaller stamp on this piece here to give that a bit more texture. And what else have I done? I saw something else. Oh yes, so this blue piece here and this one here is cardstock, and then I've used a technique that I will be sharing later this month where you ink up. I've used my all-purpose mat, my brown mat. So I wiped some ink on that, spritz it with some water, and then you just either lay this on top of that or you can streak it. So this one I've actually streaked it. So I'll be sharing that technique later as well. I've used some stickers. Now, just a tip, because I don't have photos on this page yet, what I've done is I've actually cut around the stickers, and then I've just used a little bit of the Close to My Heart adhesive, which I mentioned the other day is just a bit tacky. I've just tacked them down, so I'm ready to put them down, to actually stick them down when I've got my photos, when I choose which photos I want to put on those pages. So that's those 2 pages. Again, fairly simple pages, but just with the extra inking and everything, really gives them a great look. And finally, these pages now in the same theme. We've used black cardstock as a background, and then I've gone around the edge. Yes, I have done that freehand. Around the edge in the white gel pen. So with that sort of thing, you can use that on cards as well. So for my card makers, you can go around the outside of black cardstock, white cardstock with either a white gel pen on black or a black marker onto white cardstock, just to give your cards a bit of a border. You can also use the rock and roll, where is it? Over here. So the rock and roll, you can use that on your stamps, pop them on your cards. Similarly, you can do generational stamping, you can do splattering and sponging as well. So with this page, I've done a bit of tearing down the bottom here. So I've done some tearing, and then I've put some stitch lines in my my marker. I can't think of what it is. It's a felt tip marker, but yeah, journaling pen, that's what it's called. My journaling pen up here. Notice with this stamp, now I've actually done it the wrong way. It was supposed to be orange at the top and red down the bottom, but never mind. At least they're consistent. What I've done is I've actually stamped roughly halfway. I've put the stamp roughly halfway into the nectarine ink, and then I've turned it around and I've done the same with the red. So that's another great technique. Now, when you're doing that sort of thing, similarly when you're doing the rock and roll technique, super important to use your light ink first and then go to your dark ink. Because if you do dark and then go to light, what you're going to do is transfer the dark ink onto your light ink pad. Whereas when you're going the other way, if you do light first and then you go across to your dark, if the light ink goes into the dark, it won't be as noticeable, if you can understand what I'm saying. This one again is the rock and roll technique. So I've used a lighter blue and then a darker blue. I haven't stuck this sticker down. I've just cut around it so that I know roughly that's the size of it. I've inked around this white piece and that's ready for me to journal on, and done a stamping up there. I've dovetailed this. Do you know how to do a really easy dovetail? That's super simple. Let me just get no, I can't do that because I don't have a pair of scissors because I was out yesterday. That's pretty well it. Now, if you've watched to the end of this, what I'm going to offer is, if you would like the cutting instructions to make these pages. Now, the cutting instructions, what that is, Close to My Heart have amazing, fantastic cutting instructions. They tell you exactly what to cut, how wide and everything. And then in the following pages, it tells you how far down this goes and how far down that is and how far in that is. Really, really easy. If you are good at copying without all of that, awesome. Then feel free to take screenshots, whatever you like. But if you would like the cutting instructions, what I need you to do is, because it does come with a cost, because these were exclusive to consultants, jump on my website, purchase the paper pack and sticker sheet for this if you want to recreate these pages. So the paper pack and sticker sheet, if you want to, and sorry, I'll stop there. And send me an email saying you've done it. I'll check. If you've done it, I will email you the instructions for this. If you want to fully replicate this, you will need the paper pack with the sticker sheet. So that's $18. The cardstock pack. That will mean that you've got all the cardstock as well. So you'll get some candy apple, lemonade. You'll get some Carolina. You'll also get the white daisy, and you'll get black as well. If you want to do all the stamping, you will need the stamp with or without the thin cuts, depending on if you like fussy cutting. I know, Beck, you like fussy cutting, so that's not a problem for you. But if you order just the paper pack and sticker sheet, send me an email saying I'd really love that pattern. I will send you the pattern. I will email you the pattern. If you don't want these papers, but you like the pattern, any paper pack and sticker sheet, just purchase that from my website, and I will send you that pattern if you send me a message and say, hey, I bought this, can you please send me the pattern? So there you go. That is my special offer for today. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a special challenge with a giveaway. So hang around for that one. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've picked up some tips, tricks, or techniques. I love sharing. If there's anything that you would like to learn or see, I know Val has put in a request and I'll be covering that in the upcoming days. But if there's, anything that you would like to see or want to make a comment, ask a question, please feel free. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow in the next episode of my daily creativity. For now, stay safe, keep crafting.